Hi everyone, it's Kat again. We're going to do a quick foam rolling routine to really work out those sore muscles. It'll take you less than 10 minutes. I suggest doing it a few times a week, making sure that you find a way to work it in. Sometimes you really want to release that fascia. It's an intertwined set of muscles and ligaments that go all throughout your body, and if that gets tight, it starts to put a lot of pressure on your joints. It can push things out of place, so we want to make sure that we're keeping it loose. So find a comfortable spot. I'm going to move a little bit closer to you guys. You're going to want a foam roller or a lacrosse ball. You're going to want to make sure that you have a little bit of room. You want to make sure that you've warmed up beforehand. You don't want to just start foam rolling cold. Do a little bit of a warm up. Do my workout video that I posted below in front of this. Okay. So I'm going to start from the bottom of my body and work my way up. So I'm going to start down at my calves. I'm going to sit on my butt. Put my legs out in front of me, and for foam rolling, I would suggest foam rolling, one side at a time. You want to slowly roll about 1 to 3 inches back and forth until you find a tender spot. And once you find a tender spot, you want to hold there for a few seconds. Make sure that you're comfortable. This should be enjoyable. Like I said, you're going to roll, and then once you find a tender spot, you're just going to hold there. If you want to keep working on this calf, feel free to stay here. I'm going to switch over to my other calf. Rolling a short distance, working to find a tender spot. This is the side where I have a bit of an ankle injury that's still acting up. It's an old injury. I've had it for a few years now, but sometimes it acts up. So this calf gets a lot tighter on me. So I knew that I wanted to take a little extra time for this side versus the other side. And you should know those muscular imbalances about yourself. If you've had injuries, you're going to have scar tissue that can tense up. You want to make sure that you're taking time to roll it out, really stretch, make sure that that's not building up. So take a little bit more time to roll this calf. And when you're ready, we're going to move up to the hamstrings. So I'm going to do it unilaterally, like I said, one leg at a time. You're just going to roll over that hamstring, going a little bit at a time until you find a nice tender spot, and then you're just going to hold. This is a good spot for me to hold right now, so I'm just going to hold here. It shouldn't feel extremely painful. You might feel a little bit of discomfort, especially if you have a specifically tender area or if you just recently did a hard workout. But you don't want to feel pain. If you're starting to feel pain, you want to back off a little bit. Whenever you're ready, switch over to that other hamstring. And if you find a spot that feels particularly good, you can always just pause the video and take a minute to really sit on that spot, really work through it. I'm working up my posterior chain first. I'm going to work up the whole back side of my body, starting down at my feet, all the way up to my shoulders, and then I'm going to switch sides, and I'll work down. Okay, like I said, hold if you need to. Otherwise, I'm going to move up onto those glutes. So the glutes are a bit of a funny muscle. There's 3 different parts of your glutes, and each of them you might feel soreness for a different reason. So you want to make sure that you're really rolling out your entire glute, not just one area of it. Once you find a tender spot, you can hold. And from here, you can gently flip over onto your IT band. This is a particularly tight spot for me. That's that long muscle that runs along your outer leg down towards your knee. So you're going to roll a small distance. Once you find a spot that feels particularly tight, you're just going to hold. I'm going to hold here for a second. Wait for it to release. And when you're ready, come onto that other glute. Roll out that other glute. We don't want to leave one side hanging. Keep rolling. If you find any tender spots, like I said, you can just hold there. Hold here for a second. Then I'm going to flip over onto that side for my AT band. I'm going to roll a little bit up and down here. Once I find a Position the roller right about around your middle back. You don't want it directly on your lumbar spine. And now you can roll it up. And you're just going to roll, really just roll on it. Support your neck in those hands. Roll back and forth along that back. You can change the positioning of yourself on the roller if you want to get more of the side, more of the center, more of the other side. Roll through a small area at a time. You don't want to roll through your whole back. And then once you find a good area, an area that you are feeling a little bit of tension, you're going to hold. Whenever you're ready, you can flip onto your side. This is a great way to roll out your side. Maybe you're getting a little bit of soreness around the shoulder region. You can roll it out on your side like this. Do it nice and slowly for this side though. When you find a tender spot, hold. If you're not feeling anything, maybe you're not so tight through there, flip over onto the other side. Give that a try. You might find that one side feels different than the other, just depending on if you're at normal activities, maybe a workout that you did, maybe you're just a little bit stronger on one side than the other. Now you're going to flip over onto your front. And starting from the top. You can roll through your chest. I don't really like rolling through my chest with a foam roller. I could use a lacrosse ball if I have some tightness around my shoulders or around my chest muscles. But the next place that I'm going to move on to is my hip flexors. So for this one, you're just going to roll very slowly and gently over that region, right between that hip and that thigh. And if you don't feel like you have any tension through there, you can roll down a little bit and work onto those quads. My quads are my favorite place to roll out. I find them the most difficult muscle for me to stretch. So the quads are an area that I like to stay a little bit longer. I like to really hold here. Make sure that I'm giving my muscles a chance to relax, a chance to release. And then whenever you're ready, sit back up. Switch that roller onto the other side. Give a nice roll through those hip flexors. Through that hip flexor. We already rolled the other one. And now come down. And continue to roll through that quad. Give yourself time to hold anywhere that feels good. Then whenever you're ready, come back up to center. And what I like to do at the end of my foam rolling routine, as you can call it, I like to put this behind my back, slowly lower down, and just let my upper body open up. Let my whole chest open up. Let the whole front side of my body open up. I prefer stretching through my chest this way than through rolling it. And just hold here for a few rounds of breath. So how does this one feel? This one feels great for me. I hope it feels great for everyone else at home. You can keep holding, but if you feel like you're done, you want to brace yourself, sit up slowly, and that's it. That's a full foam rolling routine. You can always slow it down, keep more time on each muscle. I would suggest it. This was just a bit of an introduction for people that either have never foam rolled, aren't sure how to foam roll certain parts of their body, or that just wanted to watch a bit of a tutorial, a little bit of help in how to do it, or that just wanted to be guided through a quick one. So here it is. Here's a quick 10-minute foam rolling routine. You can do this after any workout. It'll help keep your whole body nice and open. So thank you guys so much. I hope that you guys came with me through one of my workouts before you watch this. So thank you guys so much. This is Kat, strong, not skinny, and we'll be seeing you guys soon. Thank you. We really appreciate your support.